back again with another Sunday night live. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, let's wait to. Had to turn the ring light on. But nah, let's give the folks some time to get on. You know, let's go. What's good, man? Yeah, today's a different video. Do a little story time. You know what it was like to move down to the Atlanta area and all that good stuff. You know, little story. All right, got a viewer, got some viewers in here. What's good, guys? What's good? Just trying to give people a little bit of time to get on. You know, let's get on. Hope everybody got their Sunday goals set up for the week. You know, goal setting is definitely a major component to building wealth, abundance, all that good stuff. I hate when my chain is tucked in. It like feels like, what's the reason of wearing a chain if it's tucked in? Even though it's long, it's little. Most people think it's little. I don't even know how to do this with them chokers, man. Chokers is crazy. But yeah, so if you guys were on my last live, then you would have known I mentioned moving to Atlanta from Jersey a while back. I see about maybe close to, sons are what, 10 now? My twins are 10. I think about almost 8 years or so. Been down here for about 8 years. Yeah, it's been a minute. My oldest is 14 now. My youngest, which is my daughter, my baby girl, she's 3. She was the only one born down here. But yeah, so yeah, that's the background on the whole story. Basically, I'm from Jersey. Me and my wife, we moved from Jersey down to Atlanta. Well, Atlanta area anyway. And we moved down here pretty much sight unseen. Like, my wife came down here, I think once or twice. I know for sure at least once with her sister, because one of her sisters went to school down here. I think culinary school down here, something to that effect. So she came down to Atlanta, you know, so she liked it. She loved it, actually. She loved wherever they were. I believe they were in like the Roswell or Sandy Springs area, I believe. That's where they were mostly hanging out at and, you know, frequenting when they first came down here. And if you know anything about the Atlanta area, that Sandy Springs and all that, it's a pretty nice area, right? It's pretty nice. So, you know, intrigued her to move down here. Now, in Jersey, we was having a little bit of problems. Got evicted. The rent was seriously high, about $17.50 at the time for a 2-bedroom. Kitchen about so small, like kitchen was like a walk-in closet small, you know. There was 2 bedrooms and a loft, and we took over the loft area, and the kids were in, you know, in the bedrooms. So it was pretty decent. You had access to a pool. You know, you had your own parking spaces and things of that nature, and it was pretty decent out in Jersey right at the time. Then we ended up getting evicted from that spot due to some bad money management, right? Got laid off from a couple of jobs. Boom, found ourselves in the hood, right? Found us right back in the hood in that area, living in conditions that I wouldn't suggest anyone to live in, right? So pretty much just not the right conditions for anyone. I wouldn't suggest anyone live there. So fast forward, boom. Say, you know what, we moving to Atlanta. You know, and if anybody knows anything about me, especially at that time, you know, I'm a Jersey kid, you know, New York City, Jersey kid. I'm all about up north, living that lifestyle and doing my thing that way, you know, and figuring it out. No matter what happened, I was going to stay up there and figure it out and become who I was going to become up there. no, you know, I wasn't thinking about moving. My wife, on the other hand, was like, nah, B, I think we should move. I think it's time for something new. I think it's time for a change, yada, yada, yada. So, boom, we take the trip. Speed down to Atlanta. Now, me personally, I've never been to Atlanta before, right? Never been to Georgia, never been to the Atlanta area, never been to any towns around Atlanta, nothing. I had one cousin in Marietta, which is like a good 45 minutes away from Atlanta. So he's the only person I knew in the Atlanta area in Georgia, not any of that, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna holler at him when I get down there. So as I'm on my way down there, I get a man a call, like, what's good? You know, let him know we rolling down there. We took a U-Haul van, whatever we couldn't fit in the van, we left in Jersey, gave away to friends and family and stuff like that. It's just me, my wife, and 3 kids at the time, right? Didn't have my daughter. So, boom, we take this trip down to Atlanta. Get a hotel room, like, you know, got a hotel room. She already secured a job though. She did secure a job, so that was awesome because there's no other way we could have done this, right? So she already secured a job in the area. Now, so we go down there, do our thing, get set up. She starts to work. Now, mind you, we are living in a hotel. Okay, living in a hotel, and we just filed bankruptcy up north, right? And if you don't know anything about bankruptcy, there's a lot of paperwork you need to sign. There's a lot of different things you need to sign. There's a lot of things you need to go through when you file bankruptcy. And the whole process is very, very tedious, very discouraging, very almost deflating, honestly, because you start realizing that you're gonna be stuck for like 2 to 7 years of not be able to do much with your credit, with nothing, okay? Now, we didn't realize when you're down in Atlanta that when you filed for bankruptcy, you're not gonna be able to get an apartment. You're not gonna be able to get anything with credit. Your credit has to kind of be extremely on the up and up. Not even extremely, but it has to be 600 to 700 credit score. Easy. No way around it, okay? You're not gonna get a place to live in the Atlanta area if you have anything bad on your credit. For real, especially when it comes to an apartment, okay? If you are the type of person that, you know, doesn't pay your landlord, type of person that's always, you know, having bad situations and not paying your rent, yeah, you're gonna find yourself in a bad situation if you want to move down to the Atlanta area and live comfortably and not live in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, you're gonna have to kind of figure something else out if you want to move down here. Like, you're gonna have to fix your credit ASAP. Have that credit right ASAP. So, because when we moved down here, we pretty much was living in the Stone Mountain area. And if anyone knows anything about Stone Mountain is basically, or created basically by the KKK, right? That's kind of like a bad, you know, like, in my opinion, I don't see why you would want to move there. But it's taken over by majority black people now. Like, Stone Mountain is majority black. Go figure. But I didn't know all this when I moved down here, right? So we're living in a hotel room, 1 room, 3 kids. I'm there every day with these kids, Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends, all we did was get up and go and try to look for a place. Now, mind you, we figured, hey, let's move to Marietta because my cousin lives in Marietta. Let's go somewhere we feel comfortable with. We're always riding around Marietta every weekend because I'm hanging out with my cousin. Now, mind you, it's been 2-3 months. waiting for my bankruptcy thing to go through, thinking it's all clear, looking for these apartments. I keep getting denied. And I'm thinking it's because we just filed bankruptcy. But in reality, the bankruptcy was still open. And if you know anything about bankruptcy, you would know that if you have an open bankruptcy, you can't do anything, okay? Nothing. You can't get a new apartment. You can't do nothing, nowhere in the U.S. can you do anything. So I realized that we ended up not signing a particular piece of paper that was needed to be signed. So I contacted bankruptcy people, had them fax over the information for me. I signed it, faxed it back, and she closed it that day. She closed it that day. She said, it's been 24 hours, it would show closed on my record. So no more open bankruptcy. So now, finally, we could start looking for apartments and stuff like that without feeling like we weren't gonna get it. Right? We thought it was all good. But everything just started still falling through. Even though the bankruptcy was closed, something on my credit or our credit was just not jiving. The apartments were not going for it. So we went for a second chance apartment. What they call second chance apartment when your credit is bad or whatever, right? Still got denied. So mind you, we're still living in this hotel room, still stuck with 3 kids in a hotel room. What do you do? Right? I mean, honestly, it took all types of faith and positive thinking and all mental work to really push through those times. And that really made me realize that, A, she's the one for life. Like, she held me down, so there is nothing I would not do for this woman. 2, well, B, I realized the power of positive thinking, okay? Because I started thinking positively about the situation. Somehow, some way, I figured out, hey, maybe, well, my cousin's wife said to me, or said to us, hey, won't you start looking for apartments or places or houses to rent, right? For houses to rent that were owned by, a direct owner, not just a property management company, not ran by a property management company. Like you know how when you go buy houses for sale by owner? Well, we were looking for houses that was rented by owner and not rented by a property management company. So we ended up finding one in Marietta. Thank God, right? Because at the time, we still know nothing about Atlanta because we didn't have a chance to even look at Atlanta like that. We didn't have a chance to go downtown to the city because all we was doing was looking for places to stay. So anyway, we find a place to stay. We find a owner that was willing to rent out to us despite all our credit problems and our credit history and basically nothing on our credit because of the bankruptcy, right? There's nothing there, just blank history now. And, we were literally just, riding with the grace of God. We found the place, we moved in, everything was set up. I turned on the electricity, I got the cable right, everything was good, right? Everything was straight. And then as I'm moving in, the car got repoed. Yeah. Right from in front of the house. Well, it was funny. It didn't happen that day. The guy showed up, and my cousin was there, and his car was blocking my car. And the guy was like, yeah, we here to repo, da-da-da. And the way my cousin is set up, it wasn't going down like that. He was not hearing it. The dude was like, oh, move your car. My cousin was like, nah, I ain't moving none. You ain't taking none. Just like, nah, they ain't going down like that tonight. So, make a long story short, dude had to leave, right? It wasn't going down. My cuz wasn't going down, right? Appreciate you, cuz. It wasn't going down that night, like you said. And so he leaves. But we started getting calls like, hey, we came to get the car and yada yada yada, pop pop pop. So we held on to the car as long as we could until we was able to get another car. Which the funny thing about down here, you can get another car really quick. Really quick. Your credit could be trash. You can get a car like that, okay? 2 seconds out. You know what I'm saying? For real, you gotta have it as a job and you good to go. All right, you can get you some wheels. Might not be the best wheels, but you can get you some wheels down here. All right, so boom, we get the wheels. Like I said, it wasn't the best car, but it was something to get us around and get my wife back and forth to work because we needed that. Need that. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, do that. Fast forward a few months, maybe 8-9 months, we still struggling to pay rent. Life is still not, the best, but we have a place to stay. Great. The owner's like, yo, y'all gotta go. I'm selling the house to a property management company. And they don't want no tenants. And they don't want any tenants with the back rent because we were behind. So we had to leave. Yeah. Had to leave. So we had to move to another another hotel room. Now this time we decided, let's move towards somewhere closer to my wife's job that she was currently at. So we moved closer to there. And, lo and behold, I found a job in that area that was able to assist with being able to help my wife financially, right? Because all this time I didn't have a job. I was, I didn't have the time, I had the kids, I didn't have a babysitter. People were flaking on me as a babysitter. Even my family was flaking on me to babysit the kids, right? They were charging me as much as I would need to go to a babysitter, like a regular babysitter. And if any of you ever known to have twins or anyone to have twins, 2 daycare bills, there is no reason to go to work because all you're doing is paying the daycare bill. That's it. Okay? That's it. Especially if you're just getting back into the workforce. Your money is not doing much but paying for daycare. So it didn't make sense because all you're doing is just going to work and paying the daycare. You're not even paying the bills at the house. You're not helping with the rent. You're not assisting at all. You're just paying the daycare people. So, this job I found, the hours was situated just enough for me to be able to keep the kids at home or keep the kids where they are. And then when my wife comes home, she takes over the kids and I go to work. That's how the cycle went. And boom, lo and behold, we finally get out of living in another hotel for about 3 months, moved to another house. Now, the thing about down here, man, you gotta really, 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 really vet who you're renting these homes from, okay? Because the next home we rented was in a decent neighborhood, but the house had mold in it. And the only reason we found out the house had mold in it was when we moved from there. They sold the house, the owner said they were taking the house back because they wanted to move in after the lease was up. Okay, so it was like, okay, but then they decided to sell the house or re-rent it or something to that effect. And no matter of fact, I'm lying. They sold the house. They were selling the house and they needed us to move out. Okay. We've been through this before. So we found us another place, right? So we're moving out and we move to a new place and we find out that to pick up mail, we find out that the house had mold in it from the new tenants, the new people that own the house or rent it. Yeah, because they sold the house to somebody else and then they started renting it out. And they rented it out to someone else. And when they rented it, those tenants found out that there was mold in the house. And we had kids in the house. So we definitely could have been affected by that. So yeah, you definitely, when you, no matter where you are, you gotta vet where you're moving to, okay? You gotta really put some background information on where you're moving to these places, okay? Because the things that they will do to you or do to the place and not tell you about is ridiculous, okay? Now, fast forward some time, we're living comfortably for years in Lithonia. Now, there you have it. That's my experience moving down here in a nutshell. You know, it's a lot of things that happen when we move down here. It's a lot of, you know, Atlanta's a beautiful city, you know. No, the traffic is a little crazy. Trust me, traffic is crazy out here. But you get used to it, because me being from New York and Jersey, traffic was crazy, you know, too. We got kind of used to it, even though there's more public transportation up there than down here, which they're actually working on. Like, I've used the public transportation down here. It's not that bad. It takes a little while to get places, but it's not that bad. What else? But like I said, Atlanta, the city is beautiful, okay? There's so many places to eat. There's so much to do. There's always something going on. Okay, no, it's not 24/7 like New York City, but like I said, it's a lot going on in Atlanta. You can find something to do every day in Atlanta, downtown, or the city, like Midtown or the north side, east side of Atlanta. You can always find something popping off, some brunch place, a daytime party, a rooftop party. You know, you got all the different parks, you got all the different, museums, like Martin Luther King Memorial. You have a lot of different things you can do every day in the area, in Atlanta area. I'm telling you, it's definitely somewhere you will want to at least take a trip to. I'm not saying you should move down here, because a lot of people move down here, and some people like it, of course, some people don't. I get it. Everything is not for everybody, but Atlanta is definitely one of those cities I am not mad about moving to. Okay, the price is going up a little bit since I've been down here to live down here, but compared to everywhere else, because everywhere is going up, right? Everywhere costs more to live than it did before. But New York City and Jersey, where the area I was living in, come on, man, you could not get what I have down here for rent or to buy up there. Okay, trust me, it's definitely non-comparable. But like I said, I wouldn't trade the experience for nothing. I learned a lot about me. I learned a lot about my wife. I learned a lot about our relationship, and you find out who you are for real when things are going bad, okay? You find out for real who you are and who you're with, and who are the people that are gonna support you when things aren't going your way, when things are just looking crazy for you, and they got your back because they understand who you are, right? And once you learn who you are, and no one can take that from you, you know what you're capable of, right? You know that if things hit the fan, you'll be all right, because you can always get money back. You can always you can always build your credit. You can always, grind it out. So now you want to get past this point. You want to get past the grinding, you know what I'm saying? You want to keep pushing forward and get over the hump, right? But it takes knowing that you can do what you need to do to get over that hump, right? Now you know what you're made of. You just know yourself. And until you are able to go through things with people that are really going to be supportive of you and hold you down, you know what I'm saying? You'll never know who you are until that day comes. So, go out there, go to college, explore different places. No matter where you were born at, in the city you grew up in, go to another city. Go somewhere nobody knows you and figure it out there, right? Figure it out there. And if you can do it there, then you can do it anywhere. And if you feel like you do it anywhere, then you're unstoppable, right? That's my word of advice, man. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a wealth builder. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Again, this is the myth, the wealth builder himself, signing off for my experience when I moved down to Atlanta. Do remember, wealth builders, make more, save more, build more.